The silence in the Onyx Tower had been shattered, not by an alarm, but by a single, impossible touch. Elias Thorne watched, breathless, as his son's lifeless hand twitched toward the girl in rags, a spark of electricity in a room that had been cold for years. He had spent millions on medicine, yet it was a homeless girl's desperate dance that had finally reached through the void. Driven by a father's frantic hope, Elias makes an offer that defies every rule of his billionaire world: a roof, a future, and a fortune to the girl from the park, provided she can bring his son back to life. But as Seraphina moves into the gilded fortress, the power dynamic shifts. She isn't just a guest, she is a mirror reflecting the hollow emptiness of Elias's own life. While Leo begins to wake up to the rhythm of her movements, a mysterious familiarity begins to haunt Elias, a feeling that Seraphina's presence in his home wasn't a coincidence, but a collision course with a past he thought he had buried forever. The movement, small and instantaneous as it was, rewrote the script of Elias Thorne's life in a fraction of a second. Leo had touched her. Not an involuntary spasm, but a deliberate, albeit fleeting, gesture. It was a single, silent word where months had been characterized by an agonizing void. Elias did not move to the door, he moved to the girl.
Stop.
Stop, he said, his voice no longer commanding, but laced with a sudden, urgent desperation. Seraphina, already halfway out the living room, froze. She turned back, confusion clouding her striking green eyes. Elias walked slowly towards her, consciously lowering the formidable barrier of his CEO persona. He didn't want to frighten away the source of his son's first sign of volition in 2 years. Seraphina, he began, his voice softer.
I'll apologize for my initial reaction. My priority is my son's safety and his recovery with the touch.
He glanced at Leo, who remained still, but Elias could have sworn the boy's shoulders were fractionally less slumped. That movement. The touch. It was meaningful. Seraphina's expression softened, a weary tenderness replacing the panic. He's a beautiful audience, Mr. Thorne. He listens with his whole soul. He doesn't judge my worn shoes or my situation. He just sees the movement. Elias studied her, finally seeing beyond the homeless girl label. He saw the elegant bone structure, the bruised knees visible beneath the torn leggings, and the incredible discipline that must have forged her effortless grace. How is it that someone with your skill is living in the park? Elias asked, the question direct and unforgiving. Seraphina winced, but the look in her eyes held only a profound sadness, not shame. I was at the LaGuardia High School of Music and Art and Performing Arts, Mr. Thorne. Accepted to Juilliard, full scholarship, majoring in dance. My mother was a single parent, a seamstress. 2 years ago, she was hit by a taxi. She didn't make it. Seraphina's voice was flat, emotionless, a story she had clearly told herself 1,000 times to make it bearable. I was 17. No family, no savings, no legal guardian. The state-appointed council pushed me into a shelter system. It was impossible. The shelter was far from school. I missed rehearsals, I was constantly sick. I lost my focus, and then I lost my place at school. I couldn't keep up. I sold my phone for food, but kept the cheapest MP3 player I could find. Now, I dance for tips in the square and sleep rough in the park. It's not a glamorous life, but it's mine. And I dance when I can, even if it's just for the sunshine or, apparently, for a boy in a tower. Her story, delivered without self-pity, hit Elias with the force of a physical blow. The stark, cruel reality of her life made his own gilded cage seem grotesque. He saw the parallels, both Leo and Seraphina had been crippled by sudden, devastating accidents. Leo, by a physical injury, Seraphina, by a fatal twist of fate. I have a proposition for you, Elias said, making a decision that went against every piece of business logic he possessed. I will not press charges. I will not notify the police. I will not call security. Instead, I want you to stay. Seraphina's eyebrows arched in disbelief. Stay? Mr. Thorne, I don't follow. I can't be a maid, I don't know how to clean a place like this, and I don't want your charity. I don't want a maid, and I'm not offering charity, Elias countered, walking closer, his gaze sweeping from her face to his son. I'm offering a contract. A business arrangement. You have done more for Leo in 5 minutes than a dozen PhDs and 7-figure salaries have done in 2 years. You made him react. You reached him. He stopped, standing between her and Leo's chair. The terms will be simple. You will live here, in a comfortable suite. You will have clothes, food, and privacy. I will enroll you in an adult education program if you wish, or provide tutors to prepare you for a re-entry to a performing arts college. In exchange, you will be Leo's movement therapist. You will dance for him. You will talk to him. You will be a constant, non-medical presence, the opposite of the sterile environment he's been trapped in. He paused, letting the weight of the proposal sink in. Your compensation will be substantial. Enough to secure your future. Enough to put you through a university of your choice, regardless of the outcome here. But the most important part is this: you will not treat him like an invalid. You will treat him like an audience of one. The moment he shows no interest, the moment you cease to be effective, the contract ends. Seraphina looked from the imposing billionaire to the silent boy. The offer was unbelievable, a Cinderella story stripped of its romance and replaced with a sharp-edged contract. A place to sleep, security, and a chance to dance in a beautiful, warm space. It was everything her young, aching body and spirit craved. But it came with an invisible pressure, an expectation to succeed where the best of the medical world had failed. Why me? She asked, her voice trembling slightly. There are 1,000 professional dancers in the city. Because they are professionals, Elias stated flatly. They're performing a routine. You were performing a desperation. A raw, vital connection that came from the street, from struggle. Leo needs life, not technique. He needs someone who understands what it's like to be cut off from everything you love. You have that. Seraphina looked at Leo again. The boy finally turned his head slightly, his eyes meeting hers. He didn't speak, but there was a plea in their depths. A genuine, silent request that tore at her heart more than any hunger pang or cold night had. She took a deep breath, the decision instantly made. She wouldn't be accepting charity, she would be fighting for a boy who had been tossed away by fate, just like she had. I accept your contract, Mr. Thorne, she said, her dancer's posture returning, her spine perfectly straight. But I have one condition of my own. Elias frowned. A condition? Yes. You must be present, she insisted, her gaze unwavering. When I dance for him, you must be in the room. You have walled yourself off from his pain and replaced your presence with professionals. If I am to bring life back into him, I need to see that you are willing to be vulnerable, too. You must be his audience, just as he is mine. The condition was the ultimate intrusion into Elias's guarded world. His time was a commodity more precious than gold. To sit and watch a teenager dance? It was absurd. Yet, in that moment, faced with the first tangible hope for his son in years, he could not refuse. Done, he clicked out, extending his hand. Welcome to the Onyx Tower, Seraphina. As she shook his hand, her palm rough and cold against his own, the contract was sealed. A street dancer had just been hired to save the soul of a billionaire's son. What neither of them realized was that Seraphina's connection to the Thorne family went far deeper than a chance sighting from a high window, a connection that would be revealed in a genuinely shocking way.